I'm definitely nervous. You know, I think a lot of emotions are gonna come, you know, when it all happens. You know, a lot of people are traveling for this. Close people of mine that meant a lot to me, and obviously, as you, I'm gonna go through the experience tomorrow. You think about them, you talk about them, and some of the players and coaches, and so it's a special day. Family, and it's you know, I've practiced my speech in front of 3-4 people. Now I got to execute, you know, in front of 19,000 people watching. There's definitely a nervousness, and but you know, nobody prepares you for these things, and you just do the best you can and enjoy it. And that's what I'm trying to keep reminding myself is really enjoy it.
So you need to be a pretty emotional guy to find out how you're.
Well, I'm an emotional guy.
But about trying to keep those emotions in check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best, Eric. I'm gonna do my best. Can't promise it.
Marty, of all the days and nights you spent in this uniform, when you're an old man talking to your grandkids, what will be the first memory you'll talk about?
The first memory, well, you know, if I picture myself talking to my grandkids, I'd have to go, you know, talk about the Stanley Cup. I'm hoping one day I can watch a Stanley Cup final with my grandkids, and you know, and hopefully they ask questions about it, and I'm able to tell them my story, you know, and how I got to do it, and how we won it. You know, that would be you know, I'm fortunate right now to have 3 boys that play the game and love the game, and so for me to think about having grandkids that enjoy the game and want to watch it and want to hear stories about it, that could be more of a great position to be in.
Game 6 has been pretty special to you, Calvin.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you think back about Game 6 in '04. I mean, the cup's in the building. They're just ready for it to come out. I scored a goal, and we, you know, we celebrated like we won, you know, pretty much. And then you're on such a high until you land. Then you land the next day and realize that you've done nothing yet. That you actually have to go validate, you know, and eventually we did. But that was what a ride.
How much did you grow up?
Yeah, no, I mean, my wife talked about it all the time. We grew up here. We came here. We just got married, and you know, all our kids were raised here at a young age. You know, they get a lot of family friends. A lot of friends from the family are here. As a player, I grew up here. You know, I matured here. This would always be, you know. Would always be home. You know, when I come back here as a professional, as a young adult, this was home, and that's why it's always been a special place.
Marty, how are you?
Hey, John.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I see.
You grew up in a city in Montreal where there's a lot of legend in Montreal Canadiens history, and you saw banners going up like Jean Villebeau or Richard, and you left there. Now it's your turn. It's your time to go through that. I mean, and you become the first Lightning player ever to get this jersey retired. So it's got to be a big deal.
It's an honor, Pierre. I mean, you know, obviously growing up in Montreal and seeing all the, you know, the legends going up, even before my time as a kid. But at some point, you know, at some point in time, there was the first I went up there. You know, in Montreal, they build their own history and their legacy and everything, and I think this organization is doing that. And to me, to be the first is so flattering, and it's such an honor. And you know, this organization, this team is trying to build its own history, and it's done a great job so far, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Everyone's familiar with how your career started with Calgary. Was there ever a point along the way, maybe when you started racking up some accolades, that you ever imagined something like this might be on the horizon?
No, I don't think. even when you're done playing and you've done some great things, I don't think that's something that you hope for or crosses your mind. This is an add-on that you never expect, that really feels unbelievable. You know, like I said, I'm so flattered and honored to have that add on to my career. I know what I've done. I feel good at the things I do. The fact that there's people that want to recognize me for it is something I'll remember forever, and it's flattering and it's an honor.
Yeah. Talking about the way towards that meeting you had asking for the license, do you ever think about that meeting you had and how it could have went either way?
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the middle of it, you talk about me being an emotional guy, right? That's the only, I was wired a certain way, and at that time, I felt that's what I needed to do. And maybe my emotions decided to push me to do that, to go and just not be afraid and go talk to Torts and demand more, you know, and, you know, it worked out for me, you know, I mean, it's intimidating sometimes to go to a coach and demand things, but I think if you do it, I think the coach respects you regardless if he gives it to you or not. And I think you start from that point on. I think that the coach, because he respects you more, you end up building a relationship that might not have worked at that time, and maybe it would have worked some other time. But for me, I just felt it was the time. I felt like I earned that right to voice my opinion and how I felt that I wanted or needed to be played. I ran with it.
Ford said he was thrilled to be here for this moment and how much you meant to him and his career too. I don't know if this is by design that you're doing it in town, but what if you have a relationship?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, when we were trying to plan after I got the call from Mr. Vinnick, we were trying to find a date. This date really stuck out to me, and obviously for Torts being the building. You know, Torts meant a lot to me, and you know, if I could make it happen, that it would fit for everybody, that was option A, and I'm glad that we could do it.
Marty, you played your entire career in South Dakota. Torts talked about it, that it's pushed down, no play. In your later career, your boys were watching and wanted to show this up. But do you think in some ways your career, you were always trying to show people this is how you do things?
Yeah, you know, you always feel you have something to prove. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but you know, it's hard to make it to the NHL, and it's hard to become an elite player. And once you get there, it's even harder to stay there. You look around the league every year. There's kids coming in, pushing you, and you know they're trying to get to the top. It's hard to stay there, you know. So I took pride in that, and you know, showing to myself. I think I was my biggest critic. That I was still that guy, you know. Even if maybe people felt I wasn't, I was trying to show people that I could still do it. And I think that kept me around longer. I think it kept me an impact player longer because of that mentality, I believe.
Good.
I had a chance to speak recently with